Good morning, friends. Last time we were working on the chapter of number system, right? Chapter number 1, the number system. So, what did we do in the number system? We saw the different number systems. Then we moved on to irrational numbers. Again, for the revision sake, what is a irrational number? A number which cannot be expressed in the p by q form. It cannot be expressed because the decimal expansion is a non-terminating, non-recurring decimal. So let me write a few examples of the irrational numbers. Root 2, root 3, minus root 7, 3 by root 2, root 3 by 5, 3 plus root 7, 2 plus root 2 upon 3. These all are irrational numbers. Okay? Now, out of all these numbers, root 2, root 3, they are in the irrational form. Here we have the denominators which are integers. But in this one case, I have put the irrational number in the denominator. Now, as a rule, we never have a irrational number in the denominator. So, the denominator should always be rationalized. So, today we are going to work on how to rationalize a denominator. Okay? How to rationalize a denominator. So, I will remove all these forms because they do not have a denominator, and here the denominator is rationalized. So, we have got 3 by root 2. Now, this is a rational number, this is an irrational number. Dividing a rational by irrational or an irrational by rational, we get an irrational number only. But the rule is to rationalize. So what do I do? What do I do here? If I got root 2, I multiply the numerator and the denominator by root 2. So this becomes 3 root 2, and root 2 into root 2 is root 4, that is 2. So it still remains an irrational number, but what we have done, we have rationalized the denominator. The denominator has been rationalized. It was irrational, it became rational. Let us see one more example. Suppose I have got, say, 7 upon root 12. Okay? Now first I convert this root 12 into its form. So what do I do with root 12? What are the factors of 12? 12 is 2. 12 is 2 into 2 into 3. And when I take the under root, these two form a pair, so it comes out, but the root 3 remains in the square root. So first we write the root 12 in the simplified form. Root 12 is 2 root 3. Yes, root 12 can also be written as 2 root 3. Now the irrational part is root 3. So how do I rationalize root 3? Root 3 is rationalized by multiplying by root 3 only. But because I multiply the denominator by root 3, I have to also multiply the numerator by root 3. So we get 7 root 3 upon root 3 into root 3 is root 9, that is 3, and 3 2s are 6. So the denominator has been rationalized. So the rationalizing factor of root 2 is root 2, of root 3 is root 3. Similarly, of root 5 will be what? Root 5 only. Because only root 5 can rationalize root 5. So we have this root 5 upon 5. We have rationalized the denominator in all the three cases. So here there was a single term. Now what if we have got more than one term? For example, we have 2 upon root 3 minus root 2. Now how do I rationalize this? To rationalize this, we are going to use one formula. A square minus b square is a minus b into a plus b. Yes, we know a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. So we have got this as a minus b as root 3 minus root 2. So a minus b is root 3 minus root 2, then a plus will be root 3 plus root 2. So what is a minus b into a plus b? A square, that is root 3 square minus b square, that is root 2 square. So we have root 3 the whole square is 3, root 2 the whole square. What is root 3 the whole square? Root 3 into root 3 is root 9, and root n is pure. We just cancel the square root and the square, and 3 minus 2 gives us 1. So the rationalizing factor of root 3 minus root 2 is root 3 plus root 2. Because I multiply the denominator, I also multiply the numerator. What do we get? 2 into root 3 is 2 root 3. 2 into root 2 is 2 root 2. And below I get root 3 into root 3 is 3. So what I got here, 3 minus 2, that is 1. So this is how I rationalize. Now if you write the whole form, a minus b into a plus b is root 3 the whole square minus root 2 the whole square, that is 2 root 3 plus 2 root 2 upon this becomes 3 minus 2, that is 1. So 1 we do not write usually. So now we have rationalized the denominator. So to rationalize the denominator, we use a rationalizing factor. To rationalize the denominator, we use a rationalizing factor. These are 3 examples given in the book. You have to rationalize the denominator. I have not mentioned here, rationalize the denominator. So this is a very simple step. Now I hope you have followed. It is a plus, yes, a plus b, 2 plus root 3. So what is the rationalizing factor? 2 minus root 3. So we have multiplied this by the denominator. So the same thing by the numerator also. Now we get 1 into 2 minus root 3. We have multiplied the numerator. And the denominator, what is there? A plus b into a minus b is a square. So our a is 2. 2 square minus b. So b is root 3 the whole square. Now when you open the bracket, 1 2s are 2. 1 into root 3 upon. What is 2 square? 2 square is 4. Minus root 3 square. Root 3 into root 3 is root 9, and the square of 9 is 3. What is 4 minus 3? 1. So if you do not write 1 in the denominator, it is quite okay. Okay? Followed? So now you must have followed what will be the rationalizing factor for root 3 minus root 5. Yes, you can guess it. It will be root 3 plus root 5. Okay, I hope this many examples will help you understand what is a rationalizing factor. So the 5 into root 3 plus root 5 upon a minus b into a plus b, a square minus b square. So we get here 5 root 3 plus 5 root 5. How I got this? 5 into root 3, 5 root 3 plus 5 root 5. Root 3 the whole square is 3. Root 5 the whole square is 5. So we get the answer 5 root 3 plus 5 root 5 upon minus 2. 3 minus 5 is minus 2. But we do not keep the minus in the denominator. So we move the minus to the numerator. So it should be minus. Don't forget the bracket. Minus this upon 2 is the answer. So we can sometimes get this. 3 minus 5 is minus 2. But we never keep the denominator negative. So I put the minus n in the numerator. Now in the same way, the third example of the same kind. Yes. And you have now guessed what is the rationalizing factor? 7 plus 3 root 2 means 7 minus 3 root 2. So multiplying the same thing on the top, numerator. So we have 1 into 7 minus 3 root 2 upon What is this? A square, 7 square minus 3 root 2 the whole square. That is b square, because b is 3 root 2. B is not root 2, b is 3 root 2. So 3 root 2 the whole square. Now 1 into that gives us 7 minus 3 root 2, because 1 into anything is the same. Now what is 7 square? 7 sevens are 49 minus. Now first into the square of 3. What is 3 square? 3 square is 9. Yes, 3 square is 9. And what is root 2 square? Root 2 square is 2. So 9 twos are 18. So we get 18 over here. So on simplifying, 7 minus 3 root 2 and 49 minus 18 is 31. So you can see they are still irrational numbers. What I had done was I just rationalized the denominator. That is the basic idea. We never keep the denominator in the irrational form, so we have rationalized the denominator. Now the next topic in the book is exercise 1.5. In that we have done the addition, subtraction. Okay, sum number 4 is to represent decimal numbers on the number line, and sum number 5 is to rationalize the denominators. So rationalizing the denominator is the topic I have taught you. Now one more topic I need to teach you. I'll write the homework on the board for you. Yes, and then we'll move on to the next topic. Okay friends, now we are going to learn to draw root 4.5 on the number line. 4.5 on the number line. You have already drawn root 2, root 3, root 5, yes, root 13 using the Pythagoras theorem. If you remember, what we did to do root 5? 0, 1, 2. 2 units we had taken and 1 unit perpendicular. So what we got? This is 2. Pythagoras theorem tells us 2 square plus 1 square equal to 4 plus 1 equal to 5. So this square is 5. So the distance will be under root 5. So we got the under root 5, and taking the rounder, we dip the point and we got root 5 on the number line. So this kind of numbers we had done using the Pythagoras theorem, right? But now we are going to do root 4.5 on the number. This is 4.5. So what is the technique? First I do the technique separately. Draw a line AB which is of 4.5 units. So you can take 4.5 centimeters. Okay? Draw a line AB which is 4.5 centimeter. Then extend this by 1 more centimeter and call this point C. This is 1 centimeter. So this is 4.5 and this is 1. So you got AC which is now 5.5 centimeter. Yes? So what I have done again? I want to draw root 4.5 on the number line. So what I do? I first draw AB as 4.5 and then take the 1. Now, taking AC as the diameter, I want to draw a semicircle. How will I draw a semicircle? I want to take AC as the diameter. If I want AC the diameter, then half of AC should be the radius. So if AC is 5.5, then AC upon 2, the diameter will be how much? 5.5 upon 2. How much is that? 2.75 centimeter, right? 2.75 centimeter. But it is very difficult to draw 2.5 on the scale. So you must have done construction. If you have not done, I will show you a technique how to find the midpoint. Taking your rounder, yes, you will use your rounder by putting the point over here, and with any radius you draw a curve. So you draw a curve using the radius in the rounder, a curve. And on the other side also, with the same radius you draw a curve. Similarly, with the same radius from point C, you draw a curve on the top and a curve at the bottom. Now you join these two lines. When you join these two lines, you will get the midpoint. Let us call it O. So technique is given how to find the midpoint. That is done by the rounder. So let me try to make it clear again to you. Let me rub this off. What we have done, 4.5 centimeter. We want to find root 4.5 on the number line. So 4.5 I have taken AB and I took 1 unit more. So AC became 5.5. Again, how to find the midpoint, exact midpoint? Using your rounder, you put your pencil inside and at this point you have to draw an arc on the top and an arc at the bottom. So what we do, we draw an arc at the top from here and from here an arc at the bottom also. With the same radius, without changing, from C also, from C, draw a point up and a point down. Yes, so you will get the same radius. Now when you join these 2 points, you will get the midpoint. So you have to put a scale and get the midpoint. Okay? Now why was the midpoint needed? So now you can take AO is the radius or OC is the radius. Now putting the point here, center point and radius, you have to draw the semicircle. Is it clear till here? And after the semicircle, from this point P, draw a line perpendicular which touches the semicircle at D. So BD is your root 4.5. This distance BD is your root 4.5. Okay? So now imagine this was your number line and B, let us remove this. Let us say this B is our origin. B is our origin means B is 0. If B is 0 then C is 1, 2, 3, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3. O is the origin. Now taking the rounder, if you cut it down, whenever it falls, so here, it's not on 2, it's a little on 2, so root 4.5 is here. So this is the technique. I'll do one more sum, but before I do the sum for you, let me look at the mathematical theory. We have done this in the previous video, kindly go through it. And now let us see the mathematical theory for it. What I have to draw on the number line? Root 4.5. Okay, I want to draw root 4.5 on the number line. Let us say I want to draw root 7.2 on the number line. Okay, so what I intend to draw? I intend to draw root 7.2 on the number line. So whichever number you have to draw on the number line, you call this number x. What will you call this number? X. Okay? So this can be, we are going with the theory now. So I have drawn root 4.5 on the number line. Textbook will have different sums, drawing root 7.2, root 8.5, root 2.5, root 3.2, whatever. Now I am telling you how we derive the formula. You have to understand, we will try to understand. It is not important, but it is very good if you understand. So whatever you want to draw, we call x. Yes? So here, what will we do? Whatever number we have to draw, we will call that number x. So first, we draw AB as x. Whatever you want to draw, whatever the number. And then we add one more unit, BC is 1. So again what I did, AB is the number I want to draw. Your root 4.5, root 7.2, root 8.5, whatever. This, whatever you want to draw. Say you want to draw a root 7.2. Root 7.2. Then your AB should be 7.2. If you want to draw root 8.5, then AB should be 8.5. Is it clear? So whatever you want to draw should be your AB, your x. And then you have BC 1. So if AB is x and BC is 1 unit, what is AC? AB plus BC. See, AC is AB plus BC. So AC is x plus 1. Clear till here? So whatever you want to draw is 8.5. So 8.5 plus 1 will become 9.5. If I was drawing 7.2, then 7.2 plus 1 was 8.2. So whatever you want to draw, we take that x plus 1. Now I want to draw a semicircle with AC as the diameter. So if AC is the diameter, what is the radius? So radius is half of diameter. So radius should be half of diameter. So AC upon 2, let me call it x plus 1 upon 2. So let me say the center is O. What is the center? O. So now the whole diameter was x plus 1. So the radius is x plus 1 upon 2. Even this is the radius AO. So AO is also x plus 1 upon 2. This is x plus 1 upon 2. OC. OC is the radius 1 upon x plus 1 upon 2. Even O is the radius. With the radius I draw the semicircle. Remember I drew it, and from B I draw this point B. Now if you see, this is the center of the circle O. OA is the radius, OC is the radius, even OD is the radius, because it is the same distance. So OD is also the radius. So even OD is equal to x plus 1 upon 2. So OC is x plus 1 upon 2, OA is x plus 1 upon 2, even OD is x plus 1 upon 2. Okay. Now can you tell me what OB is? Only this much part OB. I want to know OB. Now this whole part OC is x plus 1 upon 2. If from this x 1 upon 2 I remove this 1, I get OB. So OB is OC minus BC. From the OC, this whole part OC, if I remove the BC, I get the OB. So OB is OC minus BC. What was OC? X plus 1 upon 2. What was BC? BC was 1 unit. So if I take the LCM, I get x plus 1, 2 ones are 2 upon 2. And what is that? What is x plus 1 minus 2? 1 minus 2 is minus 1. So OB is x minus 1 upon 2. OB. So now, what will I take from here? From everything, I only pick up something from here. I will tell you what we pick up. Let me rub this off now. I no longer need this. So, look at this right angle triangle. This is the right angle triangle. What is the Pythagoras theorem of right angle triangle? OD square, the hypotenuse square, is OB square, or let me write the other way, OB square. OB square plus BD square equal to OD square. So what is BD square equal to? BD square equal to OD square minus OB square. Now what was OD? OD was x plus 1 upon 2 the whole square. What is OB? OB is equal to, minus x minus 1 upon 2 the whole square. And now we have to simplify this. So what is x plus 1 the whole square? A square plus 2ab plus b square upon 2 square is 4. Is it clear? Can you see? Okay. Let us look at these things now. Okay, I'll write it a little bigger. So x plus 1 the whole square is x square plus 2x plus 1, and below 2 square is 4. Minus, what is a minus b the whole square? X square minus 2x plus 1 upon 4. The LCM is denominator is same, so we keep it 4. Open the bracket. So x square plus 2x plus 1 minus, signs will change, minus x square plus 2x minus 1 minus x square plus x square cut plus 1 minus 1 cut. So we get 2x plus 2x 4x upon 4. 4 cut, so we get x. So we got BD square equal to x. but we want to find only BD. So BD is root x. So what is root x? Whatever number we want to draw on the number line, we take it as the root x. So what you have done here, if you want to draw, now I told you before, again I will write here. If I wanted to draw root 7.2 on the number line, what I want to draw? Root 7.2 on the number line. Okay? So root 7.2, see a root x, root 7.2. So what you follow? My x is 7.2. 7.2. If I want to draw 7.2, that should be the x. So that is the theory. Now forget the theory, let us jump to the practical. This was the theory, the derivation of the formula. If you have understood well and good, you revise the video and you will surely understand. But we will see the practical purpose. So what we have to do, we want to find root 7.2. So AB we took our x. So this time take the AB as what? 7.2 units. Always start your sum from there. Whichever under root you have to draw, say 9.7, 8.5, 7.2, whatever you want to draw, you will take first take AB as that number. Is it clear? That is the first important step. What is the first important step? Whatever has to be drawn, you will take this number in the under root as your AB. After you take your AB, add one more unit called BC, which is 1 unit. Is it clear? Is the step clear to you? So whichever number has to be drawn on the number line, we take that AB and we add 1 unit. So the total becomes 7.2 plus 1, that is 8.2. You don't have to add it, but you just saw it has increased by 1. Now I told you the technique, how to find the midpoint of AC from the rounder here, a cut up, a cut down. Same radius from C, a cut up and a cut down. And when you touch these two lines, you will get the midpoint. Why you need the midpoint? To draw the semicircle. Once you get the midpoint and the radius, you will draw your semicircle, right? Exact semicircle you will draw. And after you draw your semicircle, from point B you will draw a straight line, and this when it touches, this distance is your root 7.2, because BD is root x. So BD is 7.2. Now the question, how to put it on the number line? So to put on the number line, your B point now becomes your origin O, and this was C, but at 1 unit. So this is 1 unit, and you will draw 2 units, and you will draw 3 units, and whatever this radius, as you bring the radius down, you will get your answer. This is not to the scale, so we will not get 7.2. 7.2 will be somewhere over here, after 2. Yes? 2 square is 4, 3 square is 9. So 7.2 should be somewhere over here. Root 7. So we have done 2 things today. Learned how to rationalize the denominator and learn how to draw the root decimals, yes, square roots of decimals on the number line. So let us write down the homework now. There are a few sums in the textbook also. You will finish that, and now I have given you the homework. Draw on the number line root 4.2, root 5.7 and root 9.3, 3 separate sums, and for rationalizing the denominator also I have given you 5 different sums. Okay, this is your homework. Do your homework. If you have got any doubts, you can always send a message to me, or you can see the video one more time, and while seeing the video you can slowly keep on doing, and eventually by practice you will be very good at it. Yes, so no need to worry at all, just keep practicing. And this lesson 1, so I hope you people are revising what we are doing, because revision will help you understand it better and you will get very good at maths, right? So we'll end it here today, and I hope to see the homework very soon. Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye.